Peter in Acts chapter 10, this is an interesting one. Peter in Acts chapter 10, remember, this is where the four-corner sheet comes down, and God tells him, "Arise, Peter, kill and eat." And what's the very first thing out of Peter's mouth? He says, I can't do that. These are unclean animals. I have never had anything unclean touch my lips. Now, we fly right on past there, but look at the significance of this. This is at least 10 years after the death of Yeshua the Messiah. 10 years. And Peter still has not eaten one single ham sandwich or pork chop. I find this incredibly significant, because if he didn't get the memo on the dietary laws and he's still keeping the dietary laws, isn't it a safe assumption that the dietary laws, who don't even make the top 10, that Peter is keeping the Sabbath every single week? It would make no sense that he's not eating unclean animals, but he's breaking the Sabbath? Of course not. He is definitely keeping the rest of the law, because we're seeing an example of that right here. And so this is a very big proof, to be quite honest with you, that Peter is not breaking the law, and we're talking a decade after the Messiah died. Certainly, if there was some doing away with out of all the time they spent with Yeshua, don't you think that they would have had some inclination that he would be doing away with something, and they could now do different things that they wanted to do? They didn't get that inclination because there was no inclination from the Messiah. In the book of Revelation, it said, Apostle John in the book of Revelation says that he was in the Spirit on the Lord's day. So the question is, John is said to be the most Jewish of all the disciples. Now look, there's only 2 days in all of the Bible that are called the Lord's Day. And that is the Sabbath and the day that the Messiah comes back to judge the nations. Come and join us as we travel back in time 4,000 years ago to discover exactly where the holidays of Christmas, Easter, and even Valentine's Day come from. Why do we celebrate the birth of Jesus on December 25th? Whose birthday really is on December 25th? Where did we come up with December 25th? Where did the star on top of the Christmas tree come from? Where did the Christmas tree itself come from? Where did St. Nicholas come from? Are we sure that St. Nicholas even existed? Have you ever wondered where the famous phrase, ho, 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 comes from? It comes from the late 1600s, when they used to have plays, and before the devil would come on stage, he would announce himself by saying, ho, ho, ho. Did you know that original Santa's elves weren't little guys that made toys? They were Krampus demons that would punish the children if they weren't good for that year, while St. Nicholas would give them gifts if they were good. Who is the Easter Bunny? Where do we get Easter eggs from? Why do we celebrate Easter on the first Sunday after the vernal equinox? Did you know that Christmas was illegal in the United States until the mid-1800s? Can we celebrate these holidays according to the Bible? This is by far the most popular video on the internet on the history of Christmas and Easter. This video has changed hundreds of thousands of people's lives, and it will change your life too.